Hello and welcome to Journey to AsanSka. This is the podcast dedicated to documenting the narratives around the AUCDT brand, its programs and students. And today I have with me our very own Registrar. And we're going to have an exciting conversation around building an on-demand marketable skill set. So stick and stay. We'll be right back after this break. Okay, so you're welcome back to Journey to AsanSka. This is the only podcast dedicated to the AUCDT brand, and today we're discussing building an on-demand marketable skill set. And this is a topic that I'm sure is very vital to every student listening to us today. And I am joined by our very own registrar. He is Mr. Roland Assale. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me here.
It's been a long time coming, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's something we had to do, and this is the best time for us to, have
Right.
this roll up.
Right.
So we're happy to be here.
Right. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us today.
It's my pleasure.
And today we are discussing building an on-demand marketable skill set. We've realized that there is a growing concern about how students actually balance soft skills with hard skills. So soft skills in terms of communication, leadership, and then hard skills in terms of, you being a professional in, let's say, data analysis or computing or accounting. So you can be a very good accountant, but will lack communication skills. And that would be a recipe for disaster in terms of building your personal brand and building your personal or professional career. So we are here to discuss that. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we proceed?
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. I'm Roland Assale, and I'm the Registrar of AsanSka University, and I started my tertiary education in Côte d'Ivoire, where I did an HND, which they call it BTS in Initiation Commercial. So when you bring it here, it's HND in Business Management. That was in 2018.
Okay.
Then came to Ghana to pursue first degree in Business Studies at Wisconsin University.
Right.
Then continue as well on the secondary degree, which led me to complete an MBA in Finance.
Okay.
But between that, I've worked with Wisconsin since 2011.
Okay.
So close to 10 years. Then from Wisconsin, I got some other jobs, some other opportunity with other firms and all of that. Then here at AsanSka, early last year.
Okay.
And, here I am to help boost the journeys to, the successful story of AsanSka, to bring in my experience and my skills I've acquired elsewhere to help AsanSka grow. Yeah. So basically, we're on it, and it's work in progress.
Yes. All right, guys. So it's work in progress. Thank you for that intro. So going into our topic for the day, basically, what is your general overview of the background I just shared? Considering building an on-demand marketable skill set as a student or as a young professional?
You see, soft skills and hard skills are complementary.
Right.
Yeah. It could be very good, in a particular field, and like communication skills, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And also learn things like organization structure. Very key to building your own skills, your own ability to adjust to different environments, wherever you find yourself.
Yep.
Other places, they take courses like organization structure and culture. That's to teach students or prospective people who are learning basically how to comport themselves when they get to industry level. Not only to impact them, the hardcore, how to mount a computer for computer scientists or accounting, how to be a good accountant, how to keep record. But you will also be able to engage at different levels, when you get employed. So that's why the soft skill is, I would say, it's paramount. to be able to be successful at the industry level. What I observed so far, some institutions put key about 70 to 80% of their requirements on how your ability to communicate, your ability to engage or to merge in their way of doing things. That's their culture. When you're not able to identify or take that from your engagement with them, hardly would they engage you. So your behavior comes first before your skills. So these two topics are key for any student or any professional who want to really excel, in life, in your career or in your social life. You should be able to have the good command of the English language. Yeah, I would say so. And yes, hard skill not sufficient to guarantee you a successful life. But soft skill is also things to look at as a young person, as a student. Yeah, that I would say.
That's quite interesting. So, building your personal brand, and then also trying to grow your personal, professional career. What are some of the things that you need to put in place as a young person to be able to achieve that goal, as a young person?
You see, you need to learn. Okay, you should be able to accumulate a lot of information.
Right.
So how do you do that? To educate yourself and then learn from people who have, passed through the test of time. Pick from what they've learned, and then they say the best experience is what you learn on the job. For instance, somebody who's working on the job, you could be employed let's say you could graduate as an accountant, but circumstances will not allow you to work in the accounting field. You understand? But as a smart person, you should be able to adjust to situations. You understand? You learn on the job. You learn from people who have acquired the skills or have the knowledge to, for you to emulate. Yeah, it's very important. So you have to humble yourself. Get somebody who has passed through the test, who has the considerable experience, which you think, yes, if I follow this person, I will be able to, learn something from there. So it's key. It's key picking from somebody and have a target. Set yourself some targets in life, and give you the necessary rudiment. Being it going to school, upgrade yourself, and all of that. Experience is paramount. Learning from people who have more who are more knowledgeable, who have passed through the requisite test of life is very key. Yes, so be able to, and also your circle of friends, people you call friends, is
Right.
also important. The people you associate with, should determine how you are seen out there. So you should be selective in your circle of friends, people who can impact your life, your personal life, and your professional life. Should be selective in terms of people you want to surround yourself with. Not everybody you should allow to come close to you. So I would say be selective in everything you do. Things that you think the benefit will not be too consequential to your life. Just leave it. If you think it's going to help you to build yourself personally and professionally, then you go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's quite interesting. So, sir, this is quite dear to me. I think that one of the most important skills to have as a young person is communication. And we've realized that communication, the lack of it has actually, killed so many careers. How did you, push yourself in places that, helped you build your communication skills?
Yeah. So to answer this question, first of all, I came to Ghana with, let's say, 70% proficiency in English.
Okay.
Yeah, because my basic education all were in French. You understand? So though I'm a Ghanaian, but my friends, people I socialize with are Francophones, even when I came to Ghana here. So I have to leave that circle of friends and get to watch more of English documentaries, movies, getting new friends where Anglophones, my immediate family will not speak English with me, rather Tree, because I wasn't too conversant with Tree. I had to also adapt there,
Yeah.
So I was focusing on getting to, upgrade myself, in a way I could express myself in English. So I think when I got the chance to work with Wisconsin University in 2011, it was one of the challenges, but I knew the job. And I think they picked me because I could bring in more Francophone students, and I could do some of their translation both in English, and a bit of French. Yeah.
Right.
So I had to get associated with lecturers and staff who could speak English. You understand? And I remember one of my good friends who has an MPhil from the University of Ghana in English.
Okay.
She actually had to teach me a lot of things in English. And also, don't forget that I started doing my first degree, BA Business Studies. So we took some courses there in English, communication skill, English language, and all manner of things. But again, I'll say I got a chance to associate myself with people who could speak English on daily basis. So that actually helped me. And if I'll say I was a bit biased when you come to me where somebody wants to be my friend and you are not able to speak good English. I don't really think as much.
Yeah.
So I was always trying to get involved in things associated with English, watching English documentary, taking English classes, that has really helped me a lot. And yes, I would say that I took those courses, to improve my expression in English. So yes, that is it. Even though initially what happened is that before I could speak in English, I had to get it in French.
Okay.
Yeah, capture the information in French and I'm trying to bring it in English. But that doesn't always work. You understand? So giving a lateral translation could give you, wrong interpretation of the context in which you are putting you're making a statement. So I had to revise all those things. So I needed extra classes in communication, especially in English. So over time I overcame this challenge. So yes. That's what has led me so far in my career. That's really helped me, way back at Wisconsin and then here at AsanSka University. Yeah.
That's quite interesting actually, because my personal experience was at some point where I really wanted to go into public speaking. I found myself laid back because I realized that I had an ashy voice. My voice didn't really sound good. Like anytime I spoke in the microphone, I felt that Charlie,
your voice was not out there.
It wasn't out there, and it was very low.
Yeah.
So I had to keep putting myself in uncomfortable positions where I would be made to, speak in front of people. So I had to, by force, go into politics.
Politics. I wouldn't say politics, but when you first degree, you are not really called to present yourself in public, having public discourse or presentation. Until maybe you have an IE or you're given a specific assignment where you have to present in before your classmate and all of that first degree level. But at the master's level, you are compelled to.
Exactly.
You are compelled to actually be up there and be the best. And for some of us, we came with this kind of lack. We're not so good at English. So we thought to be able to be up to the top, we had to learn extra, to get to where we are now. So we did the master's level. We had to improve on your communication, do presentation, peer review, all of that. So a lot went to that to actually boost up my expression. I was confident. You understand? I was confident, and the subject I was talking about, I used to talk about were subject that I was conversant with, so it was a matter of how to use the right expression to get it on the dot. Yes, over time we overcame that, and English is something that you keep learning. I won't say even a professor in English, when you take somebody from the UK or America, and Ghana, a Ghanaian professor who speak English, and you could see that his local language tree or aware or whatever is also influenced by the way he speaks English.
Yeah.
You know. So language is dynamic. You take an Indian person, be a CEO in Google in the USA.
Yeah.
When you listen to an Indian person speak English, say, "Why? How did this person get to this, this position?"
Yeah.
It's the ability and how to effectively communicate your idea to pass into the person listening to you. So you present in a manner that pass the information to the person. Yes, I would say, you have to improve on your communication skills. It's very paramount for somebody to be successful, especially in educational institution as we find ourselves.
Right.
Speaking good English is very key to be good as a student. If you find yourself, let's say, in other field, let's say mechanic shops, or a mechanician, a technician in a mechanic shop, for instance. Speaking good English won't really matter. It's your ability to fix the engine, making sure the car is working, that will be your key performance indicators.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to when you are working in university. We insist that somebody working in university should be able to be proficient or conversant in English. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very important be able to be outstanding and having a good command of the English language. Yeah, it's very important. So you should give yourself the necessary skills and tools to be able to achieve that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are still having this discussion, building an on-demand marketable skill set, and coming back home, right? I realized that AsanSka is the skill set university. There are so many courses here that equip students with the needed professional, experience and skill set to be able to become industry leaders. What should be the expectation of somebody who wants to come and pursue either a degree, a diploma, or a certificate course in AsanSka University?
Okay, like you mentioned earlier, AsanSka University, though not a technical university, our program is structured such a way that at the end of the program, students are equipped with hands-on skills.
Okay.
Ability to stand their own.
Right.
To establish their own business or be job ready. I'll put it this way. We want to shy away from the conventional university whereby more theory is given to you. In the end, when you are being employed, you're unable to discharge, effectively. And that becomes a problem for, credibility of where you had your education and all of that. So we want to focus more on this hands-on skill-based training.
Right.
So our curriculum amount is such that 75% of the courses are more practical and 25% theory.
Right.
We don't want to teach people giving their hands-on skills without impacting them or teaching them how to communicate or how to write their names and all of that.
Right.
You should be able to have hands-on skills and to communicate your ideas.
Right.
Yeah. As a digital media student or fashion designer, you have your shop. If you are given a contract, you should be able to, present it, before an audience and be able to sell your service or your product. So, as a fashion designer, when we teach you pattern drafting or how to design a particular garment on a paper.
Right.
When we take you to the workshop, you should be able to present it as it is, so it doesn't appear that what I ordered versus what I got. You don't want this scenario whereby you order, you see something online. You order for it, when it comes, something else. Or you go to your tailor, you ask him to reproduce this specific garment for me, and he end up be something. We don't want that. So yes, these are the tips I'll give a student, that you should be able to blend it to soft and hard skill.
Right.
Yeah. So I encourage every prospective student or SHS, those who are currently writing their examination, their WASC examination, to take the opportunity to learn hard and pass their examination, and join AsanSka University and acquire the required skills that will poise them or make them marketable on the job market. Yeah. Here at AsanSka University, we give you the skill base. Okay, not only the theory. At the end of your program, you should be able to stand on your own or be readily employable by any organization. Yeah, so come to AsanSka University for your professional growth, personal and professional growth. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you heard it here first. Come to AsanSka University for your personal and professional growth. So before leaving, I'd like you to say something in French. So say, come to AsanSka University for your personal and professional growth in French.
Ok, merci bien. Je lance un appel à tous les étudiants qui écrivent le baccalauréat de fin d'année de venir s'inscrire à AsanSka University. Ici, donc, tu viens pour tes études, on te donne l'opportunité d'avoir de l'expérience, d'avoir la pratique de tout ce qu'on t'enseigne dans les classes, pas seulement ce qu'on t'enseigne dans les classes, de pouvoir les convertir, à pouvoir être marketable sur le marché de l'emploi. Et c'est ce que AsanSka University offre à tous les étudiants qui écrivent actuellement le baccalauréat. AsanSka University, c'est la meilleure université privée d'Accra. Merci.
Merci. All right, guys. So there you have it. It's AsanSka University right here. We are available on all social media platforms, or you can just Google AsanSka University of Design and Technology, and you have all the information you need. And you can also speak to our registrar. All the contact details are on our website at www.aucdt.edu.gh. Okay, so it's been amazing talking to you, sir. This has been Journey to AsanSka, and today we were discussing building an on-demand marketable skill set. This was rather short noticed,
Yes,
but yeah, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And until the next one, I'll see you again. Hopefully.
Thank you very much, Michael, for having me. It's a pleasure, and I'll be always available for further discussion on the Journey to AsanSka University. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So you can join us on our next episode. We drop episodes once a week. So you can stick and stay and follow us on social media. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until the next one, stick and stay, and peace out.